Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are chilling. How are you guys? Sorry, I'm talking low. I'm pretty sure I have COVID. My jewelry for today. This was a wedding gift. These are not the books I wanted to show you. Hang on. 2 seconds. We're talking books today. I need to remember to pause it, but I don't remember to do that, so fast forward, sorry. Look at what I've been reading at the end of this year. We're all over the place. I kind of want to capture what books I've read end of the year. Okay, I'm a book girly, if you can't tell, and I love to read a bit of everything. A book that I did not add to this list because I stopped reading it was Stephen King's, it's a bunch of short stories. It's called The Skeleton Crew. Go inside. Let me just show you while you listen to the dogs bark. So cool, right? I'm gonna find where I am in this book because I've been reading the audiobook. Okay, I think they stopped. Last but not least is my newest book. I'm so excited. So excited for this book. So let's dive in, okay? So, this is a classic. This book came out in when I was in elementary school, so maybe 1999. Let's see. Does anyone know how to read these entry pages? I know we learned about it in school, but I never remember how to find. 1993. This is an old ass book, but it's so good, and it's such a small, easy read. It kind of, did you guys watch that movie with Tobey Maguire called was it called Somerville or something? Basically when they experienced sexual or desired things, their world would turn to color. That is kind of not really, but it's cool. Great book. It's about a boy named Jonah, and in this world it's kind of everyone's at birth is given a gift or something, and he wasn't given one. I kind of can't remember now. I read it in 2 sittings. It's so good. Does anyone else mark their books like this? I never use bookmarks. The one that I've been reading since the beginning of the year is the Southern Reach series. This is book 2. I just finished this, so I'm on book 3. Phenomenal book. The most amazing book ever. Sorry, I don't know why. Oh yeah, so this book, I mean, I also love to like annotate or like, it kind of helps me remember stuff. This book is this whole series is so freaking cool. I haven't read anything else by Jeff Vandermeer, but it's actually an older book. Like, this is the 10th year anniversary edition. I want to start collecting the old ones. I'm kind of into collecting now. I want like art and stuff like that. I'm already a Chanel collector. I love finding vintage runway Chanel. Haven't been so lucky winning at those auctions, but I like finding them. Okay. 2014. So I guess the 10-year anniversary was like last year. Lucky dollar. Should I keep it in here? I'll move it into my next book. Okay. This is a great book. I actually, it's pretty, the second book is pretty controversial. Okay, let me tell you a little bit. So basically it's kind of like Severance, which I love Severance. And then I basically Googled books that are like Severance, and I found a little Reddit that was like about this. So the first book is very much like Severance, where you're in this world that you don't like. It's based on Earth, but it's like dystopian, whatever, or not dystopian, but just like something's happening and you're on like an adventure. This second book is more about like outside, because like the whole thing is about an environmental catastrophe, and that's how the book starts. It's like, you know that you're about to go explore it. The second book totally flips the script, and it's actually about the universe outside of this anomaly. So it's like, just, I don't know, so cool. Love this. Yeah, good book. Okay. I have to be honest, this book right here, it's daunting. Look at how huge it is. I mean, the pages are like super easy to read. They're not like tiny, whatever. But oh my god, and as you can see, it doesn't look like it's been read. I have tried to read this book so many times, but I read it right after reading, what's the other one she did? Throne of Glass, which is probably one of my favorite books in the entire world, like over Harry Potter series. But I started reading this, and I was just feeling like lethargic, I think, from the world. So I took a big break, but we had like a little impromptu cross-country trip, guys. We drove from New Jersey to Arizona, and yes, we did stop and thrifted. We stopped in Santa Fe, even though it's like a teensy bit out of the way. It's one of our favorite places. I bought this amazing Rick Owens like wishbone halter. It was made for me, basically. So let's get into this in a second, because I love it. I do love it, but I definitely needed the audiobook to like get me started. And now it like picked up speed. She's so good at world building, but it takes a lot of patience to like get through the world building, to like get to know it. And I mean, the first page is daunting, let me just tell you. I never even read the prologue. It starts like this. The four houses of Midgard, as decreed in 33 VE by the Imperial Senate of the Eternal City. I was like, who? What? Oh, daunting. So kind of got scared to read it, so it took a while for me to get into it, but now I love it. Love Bryce. And if you know, you know, I read the first chapter and I texted my best friend and I'm like, oh my god, it's about like two best friends. That's all I'll say. Okay. We're going in order now. So, as I said, I started that skeleton trigger warning for, like, legit trigger warning for guns. I don't know. I started reading the Skeleton King, so I'm like, it's Halloween. It's gonna be spooky and fun. And I looked through the whole book and I was like, what is the shortest story? Like, what? I was like late at night and I was like, I just want a really short one. And I was like, oh my God, this one's 7 pages. Perfect. And I go to read it, and it's about like a shooter at a school. And you're just in the mind of him, and all it is like one evening, his friend comes in and says hi, his friend leaves, his friend hears a bang, thinks he schmeidel, you know what I mean? No, he's just out shooting people out his window. It was terrible, and so I haven't really picked that book up again. I did try to read another short story, and it was very weird. It was about fruit. Like, is Stephen King okay? Like, are you not allowed to, like, legally check if these people are, like, weird? Because there's something wrong. It was like, I take my little blueberry to school. She doesn't know my skin is fake. The bananas do this, the peaches do that, I don't know. Get away from me. Never had nightmares, which is good, but never doing that again. This is a book that I've been seeing everywhere. It just came out last year. And when I went to Santa Fe in September, we like to go to, I think it's Collections Bookshop. Let's see, is this the receipt? I'm making my husband read it too. No. Did I get a bookmark in here? Usually they give you a bookmark. Okay, I think it's like Collections Bookshop or Collective Bookshop and Coffee Shop. They make the best matcha, best coffee. You can go sit in there. They have like author signings sometimes. They have a big collection of books that you could buy that are signed. Just a great bookstore. I also, okay, random story, but I did overhear someone saying that the creator of Game of Thrones has a bookstore in Santa Fe, and he has like a bunch of props and stuff in it. I didn't find it online, but I'm pretty sure we passed it as we were leaving, so next time we go to Santa Fe, I will let you know, because that is so cool. So I saw this a lot when we went there, and so I decided to pick it up because I was like not reading, like I wanted to get some spooky stuff for Halloween. And this has such an interesting concept. Basically, or the synopsis on the back, that way it's not a spoiler, but it was like in 1993, there's a group of friends who create a movie called Horror Movie. And in current time, the only thing that had been released is the original screenplay by one of the girls, and 3 short videos on YouTube. I think this is fiction. 3 videos on YouTube and 1 still image. And that was the only thing leaked since not leaked, but posted since like whatever, 2008. So it's 2024, and it has like a huge cult following. But again, like the movie was never released. So this is actually about him telling the story about filming it, and they're doing like a reboot of it. And he's the only surviving person left of this thing. And that's all I can really tell you. It's very interesting. I've never read anything like it. What's really cool is it's in 3 parts. Okay. And this is how you read it, basically, in this order. It'll say like now, meaning 2024. And then there's then, still in first person, like timing. Not first person timing, but do you know what I mean? Like the tense is current. So there's now, and then there's then, and then you read the original screenplay in between all of it. It's really, really cool. Really, really interesting. Never read anything like it. And look at how cool these are like film That is known as the Thin Kid. That's not a spoiler either. Okay. This book I've been wanting to read forever. So, as you guys know, I'm an architect, and for my entire like architecture career, I have designed in luxury penthouses in New York. Like, that is all I've done. So if you need an architect, let me know. And like, when you're kind of around those people, like, I had a client one time say this. Okay. So we're like, hey, how are you guys doing? Anything fun recently? And he goes, you know what? Or no, actually, I forgot. That's not what we're doing. We're talking about a dining room table, and what these clients wanted. And you know what he just said casually? He's like, we were just at a dinner at Andy Warhol's, wait, not Andy Warhol. The guy who slept with is married to his adopted daughter. Whatever, let me just pretend it's Andy Warhol for a second. He was like, we were just at a dinner with Andy Warhol and like 10 other people, and they had this beautiful giant round table. Like, those were the clients that I worked for. It was like billionaires. Like, there's a difference between millionaires and billionaires. Millionaires are kind of mean, and billionaires are very casual and very nice. But when you're kind of in that environment, like, I only really worked in Greenwich and like the Village, but specifically Greenwich. And like, I love all those restaurants, like the White House Tavern, Anton's. There's this new one that's like at the corner of 11th and Greenwich. I can't remember the name. We've been to Cote, this like Michelin star Korean barbecue. I had a toast point that was $99. That was the most perfect toast point ever. And then beef tartare topped with caviar. Yeah. It was so funny. One of my, like, he's a pretty famous designer, but like, he was a friend at the time. So he was like, yeah, I think we'll get these toast points. Like, how many comes with this? And he was like, oh, it's just one. We're like, one each? Okay, well, 7 of them. And I was like, it's crazy. And yeah, I just love like experiencing, like, we did the Polo Bar, so getting to experience like really luxe places in New York, or very, very old places in New York. Like the White House Tavern is not luxe, but it's like one of the oldest bars ever. Oh my god, on Christopher Street. This isn't luxe. How are we getting into food in New York? On Christopher Street, and does Hudson go the same way? Or do they cross? I can't remember right now. There's this place called Sushi Counter, and they do Australian hand rolls. They're phenomenal, and when they sell out for the day, but it's like, you could get like 3 for like $15. It's amazing. So good. Recommend going like at lunch versus dinner, because like, you have to try everything. But that takes me to this. This book is called Your Table is Ready, and it's this very famous maitre d'. Maitre d' is like the person who like curates the night. Like, there's hostess, there's servers, but the maitre d' is someone that you should get to know, basically. His name is, and there are a bunch of short stories, like, he's like worked with like the best of the best. I don't know if he ever says his name. Le Coucou is like a famous restaurant, I think. Oh yeah, this one is in New York, so whatever. It's a short story of like places in New York, famous restaurants, famous people, and what those kind of nights were in like the early 2000s. For instance, He'll do like Brooklyn. Let me just read some of the short stories. The James Beard Awards. Restaurant 101. The Tavern. My friend's designed for her. So basically I just really want to get to know some cool restaurants, so if I have to like take out my clients, I will have really cool histories and stories about it. I just like learning about old New York, you know, from people like this, like maitre d's of famous restaurants. You could read an influencer's take all day in New York, but they're not going to the Polo Bar all the time, you know what I'm saying? I have just started this though, but I'm so excited. Pretty simple little bookie. That's it, guys. This is gonna be the world's shortest video ever, but this is what I'm reading right now. Let me know if there's cute Christmas books. Is that a thing? I kind of wanted to read like a Nicholas Sparks something, so I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for literature. I like a little fiction, you know. This is probably the first, is this considered literature? It's more like short stories and cooking and restaurant vibes. But there was another one that this lady was recommending me by the chef Antonio something, called like Set Your Table. I also want to read that too. I think I'm into like cooking vibes, and I want to read some fashion ones. I think that'll be fun. First of all, what are you reading? Are you reading? And if you're not reading, are you listening to anything? I think it's good. Like I was like in my gamer forever. Now I'm in my reading era, but I mean, I still like to game every now and then, but let me know what you're doing. What are the vibes? I think I'm gonna go on my computer. I'm also like about to get COVID, I think, from my trip. Not COVID, but I feel like all stuffy in my throat and stuff. But we shall see. I hope you guys have a good day and enjoy reading.